Hey, this is Miss Stacia, and I'm going to share an opening repertoire for my students from under 500 to under 1,000 to under 1,500 and above. And so I'm just going to give sort of a look at what I'm recommending with the white pieces. The black pieces will have to be a whole different thing, but it will have the same approach. So we are going to focus on classical chess principles and openings that will build a foundation, something to base your whole chess career on. So the themes and the ideas that you learn in my repertoire will benefit you the rest of your chess career. Okay, I promise you that. And lastly, we're going to be a bit tricky and a bit aggressive because at the lower levels, if you're tricky and aggressive, all you have to do is make one threat your opponent doesn't see, and that could be game over. But I also like it because if you know how to play tricky and aggressive, then when someone tries it on you, you'll better be able to deal with it. You'll know what they're doing. Realizing it is half the battle, and then you go from there. So based on what I've said, it should be no surprise that my opening recommendation is e4. It's the best move by test, said by Grandmaster Bobby Fischer. And there's other moves that are, objectively equal with it, like d4, c4, and knight f3. But here's the thing. If you're going to play any of those moves, like if you're going to play c4 or knight f3, you better understand d4. And if you're going to play d4 correctly, you have to understand e4. So that is why I'm recommending e4. Okay, it's going to help you play everything else once you see the themes and you get used to what happens in these openings. You'll better understand what to do in the openings to come. And all right, so after e4, if black plays anything random like b6, we're going to take the center. Oops, we're going to take the center, okay? That's the point. You make the pawn duo in the center. e4 already opens up two pieces. If we get d4 as well, we open up so much stuff. This is why we're doing this, right? We're trying to get all our pieces open. We're trying to control center squares. So we're following opening principles here. We want to control the center. That's number one. Number two, we want to develop rapidly. That's number two. And number three is to get our king safe as quickly as possible. And that will bring us to my main recommendation for under 1,000, which is after e4 and e5, which doesn't allow d4 because they will take it, destroying our center, right? That's not the pawn duo we are dreaming of. That's for sure. If we do take with a queen, they're going to hit us with a knight. Now they're the ones getting their piece out. And now I want to play knight f3, but I got to move my queen. Okay, that's kind of a waste of a turn. And then they can move something like this. So yeah, so we actually, after e4, e5, okay, I recommend the move knight to f3. Okay, for under 1,000, under 1,500, this is definitely the best move. And the best move here is knight c6, and I would recommend the Italian game. Why? It's a backbone of chess. It has major history, and they play it at the top level even today. This opening is so strong. It works for all levels, from beginner to master to world champion. Magnus Carlsen and Dingler have both played this. It's just an awesome move. Okay, so the Italian is the main backbone of our repertoire. But if you are under 500, I will throw this in. If you're under 500 or you're playing an under 500 tournament, I highly recommend going with this move, queen h5. Yes, we're going to play for scholars, mate, because I attend all of these under 500 tournaments, and yeah, they get scholars mated a lot. And you have to understand scholars mate to move forward. And you probably know what it is, but do you have it mastered? Maybe not. Right? Like, what do you do after g6, for example? Pause your video if you want. hopefully you said take the free pawn with check, forking, and winning the rook. I hope you said that. If you didn't, you definitely don't understand it already. But, you know, what if they play knight f6? Or, I'm sorry, knight c6. Okay, now we can't take there. But maybe we could play here. Now if they play knight f6, you better know the best move here. Pause your video if you want to. Oh no, our queen. Let's move our queen to where we wanted to move it. That's checkmate. Okay, so I'm going to go into all of this in more detail because there's a lot of lines here. And I'm going to show you how to break down black's defenses in like every scenario. All right, so I will show you that. Like, even if you're under 1500, you can play this queen h4 move, this queen h5 move. I play it in blitz, and I win games quite often because people don't have a solid foundation in chess, okay? So I'm teaching you like Paul Morphy chess, okay? And Paul Morphy was amazing, so I hope you appreciate it. All right, but anyway, let's continue. After e4, e5, knight f3, and knight c6, bishop c4. This is the last thing, but there's two moves for black here that are testing, and that is, oops, knight to f6 and bishop c5. Now, if they go bishop c5, I have a lot of recommendations here. I would be okay with d3. I like c3 better. And the move I like the best is b4. I would recommend that for under 1500. But if under 1000s want to do it, I'm good with that too. It's called Evans Gambit because we're giving up a pawn. But the main thing I want to teach you is control the center. And d3 doesn't do that very much. Okay, it's more of a patient move. It's more of a slow build up later. Like usually if top GMs play this, they're going to play c3 later. But you guys don't know to play c3. So I want you to do it now, or I want you to play b4, sack a pawn, and then do it. Why are we playing c3? To go d4 and build that strong pawn duo I was talking about. Right? We want to control the center. That's the whole point of this. Here we're giving up a pawn for that because we also gain development and initiative. And these are very important things in chess that you must understand if you're going to become a master someday. Which you guys will become a master and I never will. So, you know, don't rub it in, but okay, no, actually I probably will become a master. I'm trying very hard to do that. But anyway, bishop c4, bishop c5, that's what happens. Now there's another move. It's called knight to f6. Knight f6 attacks our pawn. It's the one downside of e4, right? The pawn's unprotected. Black can seize the initiative by attacking our pawn. Okay, that was a little optimistic, but okay, they did attack a pawn. Now we have to decide if we want to defend it or not. And here's what I recommend here. This is the backbone of my under 1000, under 1500 repertoire. It is knight g5. If you are my student now, you already know I'm going to recommend this move because you must understand what's going on here before you can get any good at chess. Okay, like I don't fully understand it myself. So you guys got to understand the basics at least, right? You got to understand it as well as Miss Stacia. I know you can. All right, so Atticus, this is a plan. It's called attack f7. And I will give you a lot more stuff from here because, okay, black can defend it. Now, if they don't defend it, I'll do another video on this, but if they don't defend it, you know, we're going to take on f7. I don't know if we take with a knight or a bishop, but I mean, probably a bishop. Do queens belong on e7, blocking the dark square bishop, blocking the queen? Like, I already like this position a lot. I would probably play bishop b3 and be like, haha, like, you suck at chess. Okay, I'm sorry, that's a little too graphic, but graphic? That's not the right word. A little too forward. We don't say that to our opponents. We have good sportsmanship, of course. We say, kind sir, good game and well played, and we shake hands with them, right? That's what you do, right, Atticus? You don't spike a football and prance around the room aggressively. Okay, anyway. I mean, minus the football, the rest is true, right? So after knight to f6, I really like knight g5, and now they must do something about this. It's very difficult, and d5 is the best move. I'm also going to make a video on this because this is a very strong counterattack called the Traxler, and you must know it. So I will make a video on it, but it looks crazy, but trust me, it's dangerous. But if they go d5, okay, we will take the pawn, and the main crux of our repertoire here is if they play the very natural looking move, knight takes d5, because now we play what's called the fried liver attack with boom, knight takes f7, and if they take this, we play queen f3 check. We're forking stuff. I'm going to make a video on this because I don't want to get into the weeds here, but the fried liver attack is so good that grandmasters stopped playing into this with black. Okay, they don't like it anymore. They won't play this anymore. Instead, they play either knight d4 or the main line, which is knight to a5, which attacks our bishop. And so I will show these lines, and I will also show a game. I think that the best way to have an opening repertoire, you know, is to have like one game that follows it, that kind of shows you like what you're kind of aiming for, okay? And like, now any one move can throw you off of that, and you have to realize that during a game, but at least we know something we're going for. And so I will show some variations and some games in these lines, but this is my main recommendation to all my students. Now, under 1500, if you don't like the fried liver, I can understand it because I don't like it either. The fried liver actually results in you defending up a pawn, which is not my style. So I've gotten away from it, but I've also realized that my chess trainer, Calvin Blocker, was right the whole time because he said, Stacia, I want you to play the fried liver and I want you to defend those positions. And I was like, yeah, I hate them and I'm never doing them again. But, you know, now it's been about a year later since I said that, and I'm already regretting it because you do have to know also how to grab a pawn and defend well. And I feel like my skills would be more advanced than they are had I listened to my coach. And so, like, don't be like me and don't listen to your coach, although you guys already are, because none of you listen to me, like none of you. And that's why you're not getting better. No, I'm just kidding. Some of you do listen to me, and you guys get better. Maybe the rest of you will catch up one day. Okay, so Atticus, would you listen to me, please? Don't play your d4. I know you like d4, but you're not going to learn enough from d4, okay? If you want to know how to play d4 well, you got to learn how to play e4, okay? And I know that you need some middle game plans and some middle game ideas. Guess what? I've got a whole slew of them for you. And all my other students who might be enjoying this video. Enjoying? They're like, why did my mom make me listen to this? Why did my dad make me watch this? Okay, yeah, whatever, you guys. You know you love it. This is Stacia, and I'll be back with much more explanation on this opening repertoire. But I hope that you got a feel for it. We'll go from here. Okay, bye.